Thank you for tuning into this video to find out a little bit more about Vitametik. And first I'd like to answer the question, what is Vitametik? And you might have not heard of Vitametik before. It's a method I have brought from Germany with me, and I'm currently the only practitioner in the UK to offer it. It is an alternative holistic approach, especially to reduce stress in your body, and with this as well to reduce chronic or recurring discomfort in your body. People often ask me what happens during a session, and each session really looks the same regardless of what you come to me, whether it's chronic headaches or lower back pain or knee pain, or just generally a lot of tension or stress in your body. And we always firstly we assess your situation. We have a quick chat, what it is that you come for to work on, how long this has been going on, maybe any sort of trigger events or points in your life, just to get a better understanding what's going on in your body. And then we will do the actual assessment of muscle tension, where I will touch the side of the neck very gently whilst you're sitting down, and then I will ask you to lie on your front and wiggle on your body a bit and put a bit of pressure on your heels to check whether there's a bodily misalignment that shows us a leg length difference. And then I'll put your legs up in a 90-degree angle in your knees, again to see whether there's a more pronounced leg length difference. Quite often this will look like this, that one leg seems higher than the other, or the other way around. And then I'll ask you to turn your head first to one side and hold it for a bit, then back to the middle and then to the other side. And with this, I check whether there is muscle tension that can be relieved through, it's called a relaxation. And what I then see then is that your legs come together and come apart again. And then with these two things, that they will indicate to me where I will have to set the Vitametik impulse, which is nothing electrical. It is a pressure point on the side of the neck. And I use this, or I do this using my specialized treatment bench. And this really takes, after I've positioned you, it's a matter of seconds, and then you will be lying on that and in that position for 5 minutes, and then we redo the leg length tests. And then what I would usually see is that the leg length difference has gone, and then you have a 20-minute resting phase. Usually you go on a comfortable day bed, and we can either do your guided meditation or relaxation practices, breathing exercises, energy healing, whatever your body needs, whatever you're up for to receive as well. And that's your session. Then people ask me, what does the first session involve and I usually ask people to take a bit more time for the consultation, which is effectively your first session, and we will go through the initial sort of assessment of his situation in a little bit more detail. We don't always go back in that detail with each session. It's usually more like 5 minutes of a chat in the follow-up sessions. People ask me, what should I wear, what should I bring? And really, you don't need to bring anything, just yourself as you are. Some people prefer to bring a water bottle, because I always recommend that you drink loads of water after the session to keep yourself hydrated, to flush out anything your body is letting go of. You will have some water in my treatment room as well that you can make use of. But other than that, you don't need to bring anything. And in order to wear, just wear whatever is comfortable. You can come as you are, because you're not going to get undressed. You stay dressed the whole time. You even keep your shoes on, and that's one thing for you to keep in mind, especially in the warmer days, is that you don't wear necessarily sandals, especially flip-flops, because I need you to wear the shoes so I can see the leg length difference more clearer than if you were to look at sort of the rounded heel of the foot. How long does it take? So each session, the consultation, I tend to factor in 60 minutes, but I leave a bit of buffer before the next client, and then the follow-up sessions are around about 45 minutes. Again, I always leave a bit of buffer just in case. And yeah, so that's that, between 45 and 60 minutes each session. what might I experience afterwards? And that is really a difficult question because it's really individual and depends on how your body responds to the session. And it also depends what sort of symptoms you're experiencing to start with. But most clients feel really relaxed straight after the session because it is a relaxation method. We tap into your nervous system, and so many clients feel really relaxed. Some clients feel really tired. I've had clients report that they had like hour-long naps in the afternoon, but that's not for everyone the case. And some people might experience sort of a little flare-up of either all symptoms or their current symptoms, and that's just your body releasing the tension, and that just can then sometimes feel like a pronounced effect, but that usually should subside for 24 hours. If that's not the case, then mention this at your next appointment and then we can adjust the session for you. And then who's this suitable for? So Vitametik has no limits to who can have a Vitametik session. Most of my clients are adults, but I can also treat children and babies from the age of 3 days old, and then up there's no limit. There are some restrictions in terms of if you have injuries, or if you're pregnant, for example. Whilst you can still have the actual Vitametik impulse, we might not be able to do the full assessment because, let's say, if you're pregnant, you can't lie in your front on your belly from like 5 months on. So please just mention it if you do, or if you've had like surgeries or something like this that would prevent you from doing some of the things that happens during the session, and that's not a problem. We can adjust the session for you and you still get the full benefit and the full value out of it. And so yeah, anyone that experiences one of the following, chronic tension headaches or recurring tension headaches, some people with migraines will benefit from Vitametik as well. And then anything that is sort of chronic or recurring pain, especially if you don't know what's triggering it because you've had everything checked out and no one can sort of pinpoint to where this pain is coming from, and quite often that could be because you're holding too much tension in your body, then showing up as pain. But also people that have had hip replacements, knee replacements, or any sort of injuries, whiplashes, where there is some sort of hard, fast impact on your body, or where you compensate for a prolonged period of time. This method or treatment will be really good for you because we tap into the muscle tension that you're holding to compensate, protect your body, or that was sort of impacted, let's say, during a car crash or a bike accident where you landed on your neck or your head, and you're still holding onto that tension now. And then yeah, most people come to me and are a little bit nervous or unsure about the whole session because they have in their mind it's going to be like a chiropractor where your whole body is being cracked or adjusted, or because they just don't know what it's looking like. But really, just be assured it's a very gentle, non-invasive method. You're explained as I go on and do the assessment what I'm doing, why I'm doing it, what I've seen. You can always bring in your first session someone along, because it really helps for them to see, let's say, the movements of the legs, to understand, because you won't be able to see it yourself, unfortunately. And sometimes you might feel a little bit more comfortable having someone with you. And so yeah, if you've been thinking about trying Vitametik, please do reach out. If you have any more questions, again, send me a message, and I'm more than happy to answer them.